All right, so I wanted to react to a video of me singing 8 years ago. This was like closer when I first started singing. I started singing when I was 16. I'll be like 18 in this video, so it was like 7.5 years ago. And I just want to go through what I'm doing. I was obsessed with high notes for the longest time, and I never really got them. I could never really do them well. And I'm to the point now where I feel very comfortable with them. I'm still not the best singer in the world. You know, everybody always has room for improvement. I'm always still learning, but I'm a lot further along 7.5 years later than I was back in. So this will be interesting. Let's do it. Hopefully I don't cringe too much. I probably will, but let's see what happens. This is a really hard song too. So this was one that I really probably did not pull off well. And I'm just going into it. Let's see what happens. And this is acoustic, and there's no background track, so I'll be able to hear exactly how my voice sounds. Hopefully the quality's not too bad. But let's see. It's supposed to show the girl in the back. Oh God. So right there, so far it doesn't even sound very well supported. It sounds like it's like I'm trying too hard and getting so far, but at the end it doesn't even matter. No, but no, it sounds like I'm starting to push a little bit. So right there, it's heady. I've been trying, like I flipped into it when now, like if you with enough practice, I've been trying this way too long. I've been trying this way too long. Like a lot more power. Again, I haven't practiced the song in a while, but only pushed away to fight you. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Right there. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. It really broke up a lot right there. I could hear my voice not really cooperating. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Hear that, like it's almost like the distortion. I'm turning the volume up a little bit to make sure you can hear it. It's kind of hard to, I don't have the best setup for doing these reaction videos, but listen. I'm sorry. It was almost like distorted because it wasn't fully. I'm sorry. Like it's not quite there. The sound I really was trying to go for was, and I'm sorry, I'm not sure. So let's keep going. Not sure. Getting off my chest. Right there too. That's really heady, and I'm not very open. I can hear that I'm not very. And it sounded like this, getting off my chest. And it's like, it sounds pinched. Or a better way to do that would be, getting off my chest. And watch, this is gonna be bad, bro. And I would find a way without you. And the thing is, I was practicing this song a lot back then. I don't even practice it much now. I would find a way without you. There was like a little head tilt there, which tells me I was struggling. Like, and I would find a way without you. One thing I really had trouble with when I was younger was getting my tongue out of my throat. I really struggle with that, and draw attention to. Actually, when I was about 19 or 20, I did a vocal stress release section of Jamie Vandera's book, Raise Your Voice. And the first time I ever did that, I will remember this like till the day I died because it was just such a big deal. The first time I ever did it, I felt like, there's part of this like little section of the book where you're supposed to massage right here. And I remember the first time I did that, I had this huge release in my jaw, like huge. It's because when I was younger, when I was like 11 years old, 11 or 12, 13 maybe, they put these like bumps on the back of my teeth to help correct my bite because my jaw was too far, I guess, forward. So they tried to shift it back. And what that did was it just put a lot of tension in my jaw that I just always carried. And like, So like 7 years later, I'm doing this exercise and my jaw releases and my voice clears up like that. And it wasn't like I had full control. It's not like if you weren't really trained to listen for it and it wasn't your body, you probably wouldn't even recognize the difference. But I could feel very clearly the difference. And it was just because I had a lot of jaw tension here. And I think this video was before I was able to get rid of that jaw tension. And the same thing with my tongue. I had to like every day basically take my shirt and like pull my tongue out of my mouth just to really get it to loosen up and stop choking me off. And here I can tell that I'm very choked off and I'm not well supported. And part of that wasn't even my fault. It's just that there was so much tension in my jaw, like permanently there. Not permanently, obviously, because I released it. But before physically releasing it with my hands and my fingers, that would have been there probably my whole life. The other thing I want to note is that snowboard in the back corner is snapped now. I did a front flip, didn't land it properly, and I was okay, but like I just slammed the board into the ground really hard and actually cracked it, and it snapped it. I was like the only board I've ever actually cracked like almost all the way across and snapped clean. So, funny story about that. Again, very pinched off, very heady. I would find a way with that. No, it sounds so much better. But I was just going, I would find a way without you. Well, that mistakes go. I know without you. Right there, very heady. I know without you. I totally skimped on the support. And again, I don't think a lot of this was even my fault because of that jaw tension I wasn't even aware of. These are just things that come in time. But again, it's just something that I could never do. All right, and right there too. Those end notes, I could easily sing that in chest voice, but or like a more heavy tone, right? Or like a more powerful tone. But another habit I had that was really bad. Every time I go for a high note and I'd come back down, I would not be able to go back and have the power back in. Listen. Do. That was why they pulled the ice and 7 days so I could turn the cheese and see right there? That's a perfect example of it. So rather than going, well, let me show you what I did versus what I should do. That makes it sound a lot better. So that's kind of the example I did in the video. But this would be a better way to do it. If you don't drop your support on the way down, and you keep that throat open, you can keep the power in it all the way down without falling off the top and feeling like you have to stay in head voice. So guitar sounds good though. That hasn't changed. I was actually better at guitar back then than I am now because I haven't practiced. So bad for my parents. Again there too. So really heady, and then I couldn't figure out how to bring the power back in. Without you. Whereas like, yes, you want to get lighter as you go up, but check this out. Without you. You can add a lot more power than if I just stayed relaxed and had a little bit better support. Now it does come with practice too, so it's not like I could just go back and teach myself a couple things and it would have magically fixed it. Like, would have had to work on it for a long time. But like listening to this, it didn't sound like I was even quite going in the direction yet, which sounds about right because I came across the stuff that really worked for my voice when I was about 20, 21. And up to that point, first like 5 or 6 years I was singing, I was really just struggling to sing. I mean, this is like a couple of years in, which actually 2 years singing, this isn't terrible, but it's still. I would find a way without you. And again, right there, it's so heady.